Hi, I'm Brianna, Rogala, and this is my portfolio project reflection. I was able to meet the Brianna Stratton program outcomes through doing my portfolio project. First, the information literacy and communication. I was able to use the Brianna Stratton library to find 5 current incredible peer-reviewed articles to complete my portfolio project. This allowed me to answer the questions based on Greek philosophy, such as the historical context, the ideas and values expressed and reflected in their philosophy, how the Greek philosophy contributed to the meaning of human experiences, expressions of social and political events, and the development of other ancient cultures. I was able to identify what was significant about Greek philosophy and appraise the way it contributed to the meaning in other ancient cultures. And lastly, identify and evaluate the influence Greek philosophy has on modern societies today. Next, I was able to meet the outcome of rational learning. I transferred knowledge, skills, and behaviors acquired through formal and informal learning and life experiences to new situations by interacting with classmates to gain further knowledge. Afterwards, I was able to often reflect on how it will relate to my future career as a nurse, because in nursing school, we learn a lot about cultural beliefs and welcoming everybody with open arms, and maybe one format of care won't work for all patients, and it's important to figure out what cultural beliefs and traditions they practice so we can give holistic care to the patient. It also ties along with thinking abilities, because I was able to reflect on what I learned from my instructors and classmates to get a better understanding of the content. This led me to take information and reach the learning objectives every week. Overall, learning the concept of history allowed me to see how important it is and acknowledge how many practices are still in use today. And that's important because you see that these people discovered formats and philosophies and ways of doing things, or agriculture or architecture, and how they're building things, and we still use them in the world today. So it shows appreciation, and it also shows that these things they work, and that's why they are still seen in today's society. Next, quantitative and scientific reasoning. Again, using the Brianna Stratton College Library helped me acquire research articles and books to advance my research and enhance my knowledge and communicate this with classmates. I made decisions on what were credible resources and what articles had credible facts by formatting an annotated bibliography for the first time in order to analyze the articles and what's its pros and cons and why it will help me complete my portfolio project. And lastly, community and career. I was able to participate in social learning and professional communities for personal and career growth. I participated most week in discussions with 3 replies. My last week I missed a reply because I was out of town. I did not realize that I missed a reply. A lot of the times, or a couple weeks, I missed attending class on 3 different days because nursing school, the week just flies by so fast. Normally I'm used to doing my discussion post on Sunday and replying to somebody on Sunday and getting that all done and out of the way by Wednesday so I can focus on the other content within the week. But for some reason this class, a lot of people didn't start posting until Wednesday or Thursday, so it's kind of hard to get my attendance in because Thursdays I have class, and that's like the back half of the week is kind of my busier end of the week, so it kind of was hard to navigate that. The importance of credible resources or sources is that you don't want to find a biased article or an article that's filled with opinions rather than facts, because you don't want to communicate this to others or take this knowledge that may not be true. It's just somebody's opinion. So it's important to analyze articles that you find and make sure that the information is fact-checked and correct, and that they have credible resources and it's up-to-date information, so you just don't communicate the wrong information to yourself and others. Next, I have enhanced my understanding of workplace capability of the workplace capability of information literacy, I was able to develop my critical thinking skills further and communicate my knowledge and findings to my peers for further learning, factoring lifelong learning skills as this knowledge relates to nursing. As I said, you know the history of somebody's culture, what their beliefs are. You can accommodate that, or maybe somebody comes in and their culture isn't to eat pork. Communicating with dietary is important to make sure the patient is eating and actually getting healthier, because if we don't look into their cultural beliefs, their history, their background, their traditions, their religions, then it can cause the patient not to be healed. They can be healed physically, like with surgery or whatever, but people can decline if you're not feeding the patient and not figuring out what they would like. Then they're never going to get nutrition. They're not going to do well. So it is important to my future as a nurse. I was also able to seek information to further my papers that I would write each week, in my portfolio project, in my annotated bibliography. It helped me navigate the Brianna Stratton College Library further. The next workplace capability would be technological literacy. Navigating Blackboard. It's not hard for me, but it's just with every class you have to learn how to navigate, how to go into the weeks, go into everybody's discussion, view your replies, my critical thinking skills, and putting knowledge into my own words to demonstrate what I learned. And then again, technological literacy falls into navigating the Brianna Stratton College Library, formatting credible APA citations to make sure that we avoid plagiarism is also a factor in that. And lastly, perseverance, I believe, is another workplace capability that I dealt with, because for my portfolio project, for some reason, the Brianna Stratton Blackboard College Library was not letting me view the research article, so I wasn't able to obtain all the word count for my portfolio project, but I didn't let it affect me. I still submitted my paper. I tried to get in enough words and information as I could without plagiarizing or just throwing in false information or filler sentences. I didn't want to do that. I wanted the paper to be well formatted, so I persevered through it, even though I was very stressed and upset about it, and I got it done. Thank you.